Sometimes I have to remember that. Thank you. Some people remember me when I was a child, or I'm like.
Greetings, friends. My name is Reverend Dr. Debbie Clark, and I am convener of the Framingham Interfaith Community Association, multi-faith coordinator for Open Spirit, a place of hope, health, and harmony, and pastor of Edwards Church, an open and affirming congregation of the United Church of Christ. We are proud to be among many spiritual communities in Framingham that celebrate that each of us is beloved, beautiful, and gifted just as we are because of who we are. I am delighted to be here today. This is the 7th year we have held a Pride flag-raising ceremony. Is that right? Is it 7? 8.
I think
this
it's
is the 8th year we have held a Pride flag-raising ceremony. It's the 5th year, I believe, that we have chosen to raise the Pride Progress flag. This flag incorporates the rainbow flag that was first used in 1978 in San Francisco for a Gay Freedom Day parade. It also incorporates an awareness that there is much progress still to make happen. More walls to tear down, more injustices that need to be challenged. And so the Pride Progress flag, created in 2018 by Daniel Quasar, adds a chevron, an arrow, to show that while we have made progress, there is still much to be done. The chevron has 5 colors. White, pink, and light blue are from the transgender pride flag and remind us that transgender folks have been central to the pride movement from the very beginning and still face terrible discrimination and danger right now. Brown and black honor the gifts and contributions of people of color to the LGBTQ movement, acknowledging the ways they have been marginalized in our community and naming our challenge to address the intersection of race, ethnicity, gender identity, and sexual orientation. This flag is a celebration of who we are and an acknowledgement that we have not yet lived into the promise of who we can be. May we raise it as a commitment to keep working to live into that promise. As we prepare to raise this flag, we hear words of inspiration from a variety of speakers. Several of them are from our city, and I will introduce them, but I also want to acknowledge some other folks from city and state government who might not actually be speaking today. We have State Representatives Donahue and Lewis. We have school committee members Brent Lewis, Willie LaBarge, and Kyle Shepard. Are there other city councilors or city officials? Library, right?
Yep.
Yay! Thank you for being here. Our first speaker is our mayor, the Honorable Charlie Sisitsky.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Very nice turnout today for such a beautiful day.
So sorry, you're gonna have to get really hold the mic.
I'm not
really.
close
You're
enough?
real close. Yeah.
I could probably do this without a microphone. Can you hear me now?
Better.
No?
Sing into it like they do.
All right. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, everyone, for attending today's 8th annual Pride flag raising ceremony. I also want to thank the Pride committee members for organizing this event, as well as Out Metro West, who is our co-partner today. This coming Tuesday night, the City Council will vote on this joint proclamation that I'm about to read. And on Wednesday night, the school committee will do the same. So I'm going to read, even though it doesn't look like a proclamation, it is one. and it'll be approved by the end of the week and signed by everybody. Whereas the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual plus communities significantly contribute to the rich culture and atmosphere of the city of Framingham, and whereas Framingham champions diversity in all its forms, encompassing gender, race, age, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious beliefs, and ability, and whereas the month of June is recognized as National Pride Month, commemorating the history and achievements of the LGBTQIA+ community and marking the anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising that took place in June 1969, which is acknowledged as the beginning of the LGBTQIA+ rights movement, and whereas Framingham takes pride in being home to several remarkable LGBTQIA+ support organizations, including Out Metro West, which has spent over a decade providing positive role models, challenging systemic opposition and oppression, and creating supportive environments that respect, embrace, and celebrate LGBTQ+ youth, as well as Framingham Glass, which fosters a supportive community for LGBTQ+ youth of color and their allies through community spaces, groups, and services. And whereas Framingham reaffirms its dedication to protecting and serving everyone who lives, works, or visits the city without discrimination, alongside its commitment to the dignity, equality, and constitutional and civil rights of all individuals. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, Mayor Charlie Sisitsky, Framingham Superintendent of Schools Robert Tremblay, the Framingham City Council, and the Framingham School Committee hereby declare June 2026 as Pride Month in the city of Framingham. We invite the members of the Framingham community to respect, honor, and acknowledge the enduring efforts and ongoing contributions of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual plus individuals within our community. We encourage all residents to recognize and participate meaningfully in the observance of Pride Month in Framingham. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As we talk about all that we have accomplished and all that is still to be done, I have to say that to stand here and have a proclamation that is from the mayor and the city council and the school committee in our city is really, really, really important. Thank you. It is also really, really important that our libraries be places of welcome and places that invite folks to read and hear about all lives. And again, so proud to be part of Framingham because that is such a strong component of who we are as a library community. And so I am delighted to welcome Heather Cleish, Chair of the Framingham Board of Trustees of the Library.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Okay. So good afternoon everyone, and thank you for being here today as we raise the Pride Progress flag together as a community. My name is Heather Cleish, and I am an elected member and chair of the Framingham Library Board of Trustees. It is an honor to speak here today. I recently learned that I am the first openly gay person elected to the position of chair on a Framingham board, something I'm pretty sure younger me never imagined possible. I grew up as a queer kid in a small town in central New York in the 1970s and 80s. And back then, in my hometown, there were no pride flags. There were no openly gay teachers or elected officials or community leaders that I knew of. And in my hometown public library, there were very few books that reflected my experience. So I was always searching for signs that there were other people like me. When I got to college, in an even smaller, northern New York town, I finally found some reassurance that I needed. I was a music major, but I didn't spend much time in the music library. Instead, I would go to the main library, sit in a study carrel in the back, and read The Village Voice every week. If you don't know what The Village Voice is, you can look it up. But for the first time within those pages, I was encountering stories, perspectives, and experiences that felt familiar. It helped me realize that there were other people like me and that there was a place for me in the world. That's one reason libraries have always meant so much to me, and perhaps why I eventually became a librarian myself. Libraries create opportunities for discovery, understanding, and connection. Sometimes they introduce us to people whose lives are different from our own. Sometimes they help us better understand ourselves. Today, in most libraries, readers can find books and materials that reflect a wide range of identities, experiences, and families. There are LGBTQIA+ programs, book clubs, and spaces where people can explore ideas and identities without judgment and where everyone is welcome. I'm especially grateful for the work being done every day at our own public library. Under the leadership of Dawn Della Santa, the amazing staff ensure that people from all backgrounds can find themselves reflected in the collections and programming. As someone who spent years looking for representation, I know how meaningful it can be to find the right book or material at exactly the right moment. Sometimes that discovery can change how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. Books help us understand each other. They expand our empathy. They remind us that families come in many forms, that communities are diverse, and that every person deserves dignity and respect. Woo! Woo! And books can sometimes do something a policy or a proclamation cannot. They can reach a person in a quiet moment and help them feel less alone. At a time when books featuring LGBTQAI+ characters and families are being challenged and removed from